Imagine being a parent and you find out your daughter's school is treating her like a boy. Well, that's what happened to the Osborne family in Houston, Texas. They discovered their daughter's school was referring to her with masculine pronouns and a boy's name. The school district said their policies prevented them from notifying the parents, and now the Osbornes have filed a federal lawsuit. Their attorney, Vincent Waggoner from the Alliance Defending Freedom, joins us. Good to have you with us, sir. So how did the parents find out what the school was doing behind their backs?
The Osbornes found out that HISD, the Houston Independent School District, was violating their right to be the ones in charge of their daughter's upbringing, education, and health care when they started seeing schoolwork come home with a boy's name on it. They had already told teachers with HISD not to use masculine names or male pronouns for their daughter, but HISD wasn't following their instructions. This back and forth went on for multiple years. And earlier this year, when their story came out, even Texas Governor Greg Abbott called for the Texas Education Agency to investigate what the Houston School District was doing in this case, where we're hoping to get some relief for them and to protect their rights as parents to be in the driver's seat of their daughter's education.
This is just really astounding, and I want to make sure I'm clear here of the timeline. So the parents, they raised this issue with school leaders. They didn't get any response, so they went to the principal. What happened at that point?
At that point, they had a meeting with the principal where they were ultimately told in an email from him after that meeting that no directives would be sent out to HISD employees about what names to use for their daughter, even though they had expressly instructed that their daughter's correct name, her correct female pronouns be used. So HISD employees were not following their instructions. And so we're hoping here that the court recognizes their right to be the ones in charge and to not have HISD going behind their backs and deciding how to treat their daughter instead of them.
Right. And you mentioned Governor Abbott here, and we understand that he ordered an investigation. Can you give us any update on that investigation, and is that going to impact your lawsuit?
It's still progressing. That it could have an impact. We'll have to wait and see what the state of Texas would like to do there. We appreciate them looking into it and are hopeful that it has a positive impact in Houston, just like our lawsuit.
Here's what I'm not getting here. The school district it seems as though they're either saying or insinuating that once that child enters the schoolhouse door, mommy and daddy no longer have any rights.
But that's just wrong as a matter of constitutional law. The Supreme Court has said for over a century that parents are the ones that get to make these sorts of important decisions for their children. The court said the child is not the mere creature of the state. The court recognizes that parents love their kids. They know their kids better than any other adult. And that's why the Constitution protects their rights to be in charge. And we're actually expecting a parental rights decision from the U.S. Supreme Court tomorrow on another issue that we're hopeful will protect even parents like the Osbornes, even though it's on an opt-out issue rather than a secret transition issue like this one.
But you know, if this is happening in Houston in the school, there have got to be other schools around the state and around that district that are doing the exact same thing.
We know it's a very widespread problem. We represent clients in states all over the country. We have pending cases in New York, in Michigan. We won a case about a year and a half ago out of Wisconsin, and we're supporting allies' cases everywhere from California to Florida and anywhere in between. So we know it's a very widespread problem that schools aren't respecting parents' right to be in charge of their own children's upbringing. Schools are keeping secrets from parents, which schools don't have any business doing.
Yeah, well said. All right, Vincent Waggoner, Alliance Defending Freedom. We've got to leave it there. Let us know how this case turns out. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd.